Well, welcome back to Mr. Obsolete's Vintage Homesteading. Today's job is going to be starting on some stumps again. This one I've started. Going to dig out all around it and underneath it so I can put the charcoal and stuff in it. I'm going to cut off these runners here, and then once I get those burnt down to a certain point, I'll take the tractor and pull them out. Anyway, all this wood that we just got from the trees that we just did in the last video and stuff is going to be used to burn this out. So anyway, we'll start working on this and getting dug out, and we'll be back. Okay, well, we're on our next step of removing this stump here. We've excavated all around and underneath it. I've got 3 big tap roots going down, so I'm going to have to cut those off, and then I'll come back with a chainsaw another time and cut this off. But by putting the open at the bottom and stuff, I can burn it from the bottom up with charcoal, and then I have wood around it and stuff, and so that'll be the next stage. But what we're going to talk about briefly now, for the roots that are not going straight down and stuff, I'll be chopping them off here. This crummy axe has only one purpose. I use it for cutting branches and roots and stuff like that where there's dirt and rocks around them. It's a cheap Chinese axe. I don't even remember where I got it. You see the head's put on upside down, just sitting there. It rusts everywhere. And the handle on it has kind of an odd shape, but it's really heavily varnished and has no flex in it at all. It's like concrete. So we'll be doing an axe video before too awfully long and stuff. I'm going to strip this and start oiling it and see if I can get it to get a little bit of flex in it, because it's really hard on your hands and it goes into your elbows and shoulders. So I'm going to be using gloves to give me a little cushion on it. And the other thing is that the steel in it, what they did, instead of having a hard edge and then a softer pole and stuff like that, it's hard all the way through. It's just a cheap piece of over-hardened steel, so when you hit a rock or anything with the face here, it'll actually chip pretty easily. But like I say, it only has one purpose. It's basically disposable, so I don't want to be using one of my good vintage axes for something like this. So we'll give it a couple of quick chops here and see how it does. So you can see that with a good sharp edge it'll actually cut, and the wood's fairly dry, so it'll chop it out pretty quickly. So anyway, we're going to be back later when we're ready to cut the top off and put the burn barrel on, and we'll talk about that some more as we move along on this burn video. Yeah, we're about halfway through there, so moving right along. Got a couple of short tap roots right here. We'll just cut those right off, break them off. Anyway, we'll be back when we're ready to do more work on it. Well, we're back for our next step on getting rid of this stump here. We've got it cut around the roots here so the barrel will fit over it. And then down in the center we have a tap root. So what we're going to do eventually is put charcoal around underneath there, and then we'll put the barrel on, and then we'll use a bunch of this wood on the inside around the perimeter, and then put some more charcoal on, and then a bunch of brush and stuff on it to start it. So what I want to do now is I want to cut off the top here and then come down and cut it down here. So be back as soon as the saw is warmed up. Yeah, you see that's a pretty good sized cut for a little bitty saw. Experiencing just a little bit of carburetor icing with it. Well, what I'm going to do next, I'm going to come and cut slices through here both ways. And then that'll have the charcoal on top of it. It'll burn down. So I'll be back in a bit. Well, the little Mini Mac just eats them up as usual. That's really a nice, powerful little saw. Anyway, we got it all cut up, so we'll be back in the morning. It's late in the day. It's too late to start burning. So we'll be back in the morning and start burning. Ready? Okay, well, we're getting ready to burn. I've started putting in charcoal and stuff. I'll be putting some branches in the wood pile here and here also. We'll put charcoal all the way underneath, all the way around here. And put the barrel on top and some more charcoal and wood. So anyway, you see I've got these nice big slices in here I put in with a little Mini Mac there. So that should burn out really good and quick. So let's get some more charcoal here. Start building this up around here like this. And go all the way around here. So we'll be back when we get more of it done here. Okay, now we got that. We're going to set the barrel on. Get that all situated. Put a little more wood in here. Put the bigger pieces in around the bottom so it'll burn a lot longer. And I'll come back with some more charcoal. Come over and take a look inside here. Now we've got the barrel lined with the wood, so we're going to pick up all the scrap and all the little junk wood here, put that right in the middle, and then we'll be ready to burn. But it's too windy today, so we'll be back in the morning. come take a look here and see what we've got here. Well, we got it all ready to light off. So what we're going to do, use what you have. I'm going to use my charcoal sack here to light it off. We'll put that down in there and light it. And then once it starts to burn, we'll put some more charcoal on top of that to really get it going hot. And then we'll finish up throwing the wood in and stuff. And we got another big pile of wood to bring over, but this stuff should burn out pretty quick. But that's how I burn my stumps out, and so far it's been really a good way to do it. So come back when we're burning. Well, we're ready to burn. So the first thing we're going to do, put in some of our big chunk charcoal here on the top. Use our fire starter here. Get it lit. Using our handy Zippo as usual. Put this on to kind of protect it there. And there it goes. Now we're going to let this burn down. We'll be back later and see how it's doing. Well, we're 4.5 hours into the burn, and it's pretty well done. So all we have left is just ash. Stump is completely gone. I have some tap roots here that I'll pull out with the tractor at a different point in time, but just wanted to talk a little bit about why my burns seem to be so successful. When I first did a video on burning, I didn't have any vent holes in the bottom here, and I would come out and clean around the bottom to keep a constant draft. This made a tremendous difference. And the stumps, I usually wait a year or so before I burn them so they're completely dry. And on this one, I took the chainsaw and cut it way down and stuff so that the top had just little blocks of wood, and then I put the charcoal underneath it. This is really the key to burning these out, using big lump charcoal like this. What I do is I dig out underneath the stump, put charcoal in and wood around it, and then put the barrel on, put charcoal around it, and then put in the wood like over here. And I didn't even use that much wood. I used probably a little more than half of that wood that I cut up. But anyway, that's a really fast burn and stuff, and the coals are still hot, so I'm just going to let it sit and finish up. But anyway, go back and look at our original video on Learn from the Burn. I'll give you a detailed list of things that I do to burn, and then, like I say, the few things I've done to improve the method. So anyway, there you go. Another stump burning video by Mr. Obsolete. We'll see you soon.